This is MATHguide.com. My name is Mark Haradimos, and today we're going to take a look at a problem that's on the PARCC exam. At least it's on the PARCC website, and this is a test, of course, that will be taken by juniors, sophomores. I even think freshmen take this test. So, you know, a whole bunch of people, high school students, even grammar school students will be taking the PARCC exam. And this is a sample problem that they suggest students know how to do. And I'd like to take you through it to show you all the steps that are involved. And it's just algebra, but I'll take you through all the steps. So here's an equation, and the objective is to solve for p. So that'll be clear. It'll be very evident on the website when students take that test. All right, so if the directions say solve for p, what we're going to do is clean things up a little bit, or at least get the two sides to look the same. So I'm going to square this binomial. You know, what I suggest some students do is actually make the box. If you're very uncomfortable with doing multiplication of binomials, by all means, I'd say make this table. Okay, so you put an x minus 10 and an x minus 10, and you multiply it. You know, it's basically a multiplication table. You know, I know some people think this is kind of childish because you're making a multiplication table, but you know, if you get the problem right, who cares what anyone thinks? So I've multiplied columns times rows, like x times negative 10, x times x, negative 10 times x, and then negative 10 times negative 10 over here. So I filled this table, and you can see I'm getting all these terms. And of course there are common terms, right? Looks like I got some right there. So I'm going to add those together. So it looks like the right side here of that basically is going to be, well, let's see, I'm going to bring down the p. I'm going to bring down the minus. I'm even going to bring down the parentheses. I'm going to try to write small to squeeze these terms in. But I got an x squared, I got a 100, right? I've got an x squared, and I've got a 100. And when I combine these middle terms, I get a negative 20x. Okay, so it all fits in there barely. All right, so I fit it all in there. And of course, this side, I haven't done anything to it, so it's all looking like this. All right, what's next? I see a minus in front of parentheses, so I'm going to do the distributive property, and I'm going to distribute the minus sign. Okay, so let's see. We distribute the minus sign. I'm going to get, let's see, the opposite of x squared, the opposite of negative 20, and the opposite of positive 100. Alright, now with a keen eye, you'll notice that there are some terms here that are exactly the same. It takes a little bit of looking at, but I think you could see that, let's see, I got a negative x squared, I got a negative x squared. Let's see, I've got a positive 20x on the right side, I got a positive 20x on the right side. So far those quantities are all the same. The only thing different is I got a p and a minus 100 here on the right side, and I got a 5 on the right side. Alright, so what I want to do is cancel those terms that are alike. So imagine, right now, if I were to take, let's say I'll do this in orange, black, what the heck. So if I were to add, just showing all the little steps here, if I were to add x squares to both sides of this equation, you can see I'm going to cancel the x squares. If I subtract 20x, you can see that the x terms are going to cancel. And this is what I was talking about. So the only thing left is going to be this 5 on the left side. Okay, so just a 5. And on the right side, I have a p and a minus 100. So I got p minus 100, minus 100 on the right side, and I got a 5 on the right side. And again, the objective is to solve for p. So if I'm going to solve for p, let's see, I got a minus 100. Well, the opposite would be to add 100 to both sides. All right. In doing so, the 100 cancels on the right side, and on the left side I get 105. And there you go. There you have it. You have the answer. So, the problem looks really difficult when you look at this thing, but, we're just using some basics here of squaring a binomial, which means, of course, to multiply it by itself. And I just used the table to demonstrate it. And, of course, you have the negative in front of a pair of parentheses. That gives people trouble, but you, for, lower level algebra students, you would think of taking that minus and doing the distributive property, multiplying a -1 throughout. That's how I got everything to change to the opposite there. And then the rest is just adding opposites to cancel letters there. Alright, so anyway, it's on the PARCC exam. That's how you do it with a little bit of basic algebra. It's really not that big of a deal. Alright, make sure you go back to MATHguide.com. We have interactive quizzes, we have videos, and of course, typical textbook math lessons. Take care.